is Truth Be Told podcast. I'm your host, Britt. Today we have episode number 67 with Cait. We are talking about silent battles. How are you doing today, Cait?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's been such a long time, as I was just saying, since we've seen each other. I miss you so much. So hugs.
Oh, miss you. Such good love from you always.
I know. So you got to tell me what you've been doing. It's been a while, y'all. Cait is awesome. She's amazing. We did take a coaching class together. I do want to know what you've been doing since then, even if you've just been shooting the shit, whatever you've been doing.
I've been doing that too. I feel like I've been on a roller coaster since we saw last, but well, I moved to Florida actually literally a year ago today. So I've been living that life, adventuring there, and
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And you've moved too, so we've been doing lots of things. Yeah, that just working on my mission, meeting people, enjoying life, and
That's awesome.
taking it all in.
How is Florida? How do you like Florida?
I love it. I feel like it's a wild land, like it's it's a no man's zone sometimes, but I just love it. I love it, and it's
You look like a Florida girl anyway,
yeah.
so I'm sure you fit right in.
That's funny. Yeah, no, it's been good. I love it. I feel like it's homey now. So
That's awesome. Do you have any plans for the weekend?
I'm actually going to the beach. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna do that. And then I'm doing a cool dream festival tomorrow, actually. It's an arts festival with music and it's just kind of like free flowing, like freestyle. It's on a rooftop overlooking the river. So I'm excited for that. I haven't been, but it sounds like it's good vibes.
it sounds like it's right up your alley, Cait.
Yeah, I'm like, sign me up.
I'm actually jealous. I hope you have a good time this weekend.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think I think sometimes when we're going through life and we're just paying the bills and we feel like we're on a hamster wheel sometimes,
you. Hmm.
we don't stop to enjoy the small things in life that you're talking about, just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the vibes. That's amazing. So I hope you have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you. How
So
about
the reason I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm actually working for a company. I don't even really like to say their name because
you? Don't say it then.
yeah, I'm not gonna say their name, but it's a good company. I love the experience that I'm getting out of the company. It's just not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and so it's kind of like, okay, I'm making decent money. Well, I'm making good money,
Okay.
but I don't want to do it.
I know. It's kind of hard. Like the money should be so motivating, but
Yes, and it's really not. And I'm always like, okay, I'm not even making like buku, but I'm making enough to where, okay, I can still pay my bills and I still be okay.
yeah.
But then it's like, it's still not enough, Kate. I don't know. I've been battling like emotionally the last couple of weeks because I've been knowing for quite some time that I need to get out of banking. But it's just like, okay, Brittany, what's next? And the only thing that I love doing is what I'm doing right now. But it's like I need some money. Like,
Totally relate. Totally relate. The coolest thing that somebody told me, and actually not that long ago, because I relate, like I said, like my life feels the same, but is like, how can we use that? Like, if we can do it and it's like easy for us and it pays the bills, like do that, and like it doesn't take so much of your energy, and then we can like focus all of our good on what we want to be doing. So it's like easier than like if it was a job that was super super draining or something.
yes,
I'm like,
exactly.
all
Exactly. So that's where I'm at right now. And I know I'm gonna figure it out through the podcast, even networking with different people and just on this life, this journey with God. I know that it's gonna turn around. So I'm just
right.
grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful for where he has me right now. I'm grateful for the people I'm meeting on the job, even the experience. Like I'm coming from one banking institution to another. So it's really just learning different roles and different things. So I'm grateful. But today we are going to talk about silent battles. That's why I actually thought of the topic because of me. and what I've been dealing with the last couple of weeks emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, let me bring it to the table. It's the end of the year. I know a lot of people are dealing with so much anxiety or excitement. You know, the holidays are coming up. Halloween just left. Do you celebrate Halloween?
I normally do, but this year I didn't do so much, and it felt weird. I was like, it's not a holiday unless you make it, whatever you want to be.
No,
So.
I know a lot of people are like, I love Halloween, not because my kids, they get excited, they like to dress up, not because of all what it, the details behind it. And I know we're not supposed to celebrate it as Christians and
Yeah,
blah 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 blah. I get that, but for me, it's just more so celebrating a time to get together with the kids, just a moment for my kids.
I know. They have fun. Yeah.
They have fun, and we have fun too. I love to see.
Yeah.
I love to see people dress up, and just enjoy just a moment of fun. So yeah. So for the holidays for me, Cait, the reason why I named it Silent Battles because I get sad.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
my grandparents, yeah, they've been gone since 2020, and I talk about them all the time. You would think I would be okay seeing that we're going into 2023, but
Yeah.
I'm in 2024, but I'm still like, okay, looking for my grandmother to call, ask what we're gonna cook, the same menu, and me telling her, no, I don't want to eat that. Are you gonna make my chitlins? All this type of
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah. So when we talk about silent battles, what is that definition to you?
Honestly, to me, as I was thinking about it, there's a couple of things, but I think right away, it's it's like turning away from the rest of like the world and maybe all of your resources and your people even, and just taking it all within. It's almost like shutting it down. Like I'm going within my own little world, and I'm just gonna block off my connection to the rest of the world. Honestly, yeah, you're doing it on your own. That's how it feels, and maybe you're not, but that's how it feels.
Exactly. I'm glad that you went there because that's exactly what I was thinking of when I was thinking of silent battles, how we deal with it internally and we shut ourselves down from everybody. And I think a lot of people do that more than they want to admit, Cait.
Yeah.
Whether they're dealing with grief or financial loss or just lost in their head. And I just wanted to bring it to light because I wanted the people to know that it's okay, that it's definitely okay to feel that way. But what are some things that you do, Cait, when you go through those times? And do you see yourself going through those times more often than less? Like, do you go through that a lot? Often do you want to admit? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I think that's a big point, more than you want to admit, right? Because
Right.
you can almost think like, oh, I'm good. Like that doesn't really happen less or whatever. But no, if you guys sit down and think about it, like for me personally, I know that over my life, that's been huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
All the way back to childhood. I would just live
Yes.
in my own little world and I wouldn't even know what was going on and I was doing it, and then I was doing that the rest of my life. And so then it's like fast forward now, and that's kind of where the other piece come in, where it's like I'm aware that I'm doing it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, or I'm aware that I'm like retreating. But also I really love my solitude. So I'm like, how can I do this in a way where if I'm looking at it now, how can I do it so I'm not shutting off everybody else? I'm not shutting off the rest of the world. I might still feel that way and like to be by my own and stuff, but it's like knowing that I don't have to do it on my own. And so
Right.
now is that I know that there are other people who experience it too, or who want to be there for me when I'm ready to be there. So that's the biggest difference for me. I still feel that way. I still go into that place. Like I feel like I can do it better on my own almost. Like I'm protected here. I'm safe in my own little world. I don't want to bother anybody else. But now it's the other side of it. It's like, okay, well, you can do it, but like with awareness that it's happening, then it's almost different.
Oh gosh. Everything you're saying, I'm like, listen to Cait, grown up Cait. No, I love it because you're giving me therapy as you're talking. Like, yeah, like really, like I deal with it so bad to the point to sometimes my husband will snap me out of it.
Okay.
And he's always like, okay, you don't have to deal with this alone. Or I guess he recognizes the signs of when I'm going into that shell. Because
Mm.
that's what I realize it is like a shell. Like you said, I'm protected here.
It
I don't have to bother nobody. Like,
is.
leave me alone.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with it a lot since childhood, but now that my kids are getting older, and especially since I have a teenager, Cait, I'm always like trying to talk to her, make sure she's okay emotionally. I know she's not gonna tell me everything. I'm mom. I didn't tell my mom everything, but I still want her to know that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing you said was being awareness versus back then you didn't know what it was or how to feel or what the hell is this.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like as being a little kid, you don't even know what you're doing, totally unconscious. That's different, maybe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, especially like you said, for your own kids, like, okay, they can be aware if that happens to them or if that's starting to happen to them, you know?
Yes. And so now that you are aware of when you're feeling those silent battles or those particular emotions that you're dealing with when you're going through that, what are some things that you could tell the audience that you do?
Yeah,
And this is just for you, what you do that can help somebody when they're going through that and they are in that shell and they don't know how to come out of it.
yeah. Honestly, like what I've been doing, and this is relatively new, what's come up is like just this need and desire for connection and community.
Mhm.
And so, and on a deeper level than I feel like we really do now, right? Like a lot of it is maybe on social media, virtual, but like for me, the biggest thing, this honestly, just the biggest thing here is like I have a yoga class that I go to, and it's just, but it's like conscious movement. So we're like dancing and moving, and we're hugging, and we're telling like lovely things to each other, you know?
Yeah.
And for me that's huge because sometimes like to this day it's a weekly thing that I do, and sometimes I don't feel like going. I'm like I'm not up for it. I had a long day or whatever, it's rough, but I always feel like exponentially better after I just go. You know, I'm gonna go, I might feel like shit on my way there, but I get there, I
Mhm.
connect with other people, like we might hug and have that physical touch too, and you just kind of let yourself be in that moment and have that community around you, and I always end up feeling better no matter what, like afterwards. So it's almost like when you really, really just want to like shut your door, lock that world out, and keep in, it's like that's okay. But I think like if you can push yourself just like a little bit to feel that connection somehow, whatever way that is for you, like it might like let a little light in. That's how it feels.
Oh gosh, thank you for saying that because that is exactly what I go through, even with the podcast. Like, I love the podcast, but just the momentum of being consistent. Like, now I'm like, okay, Brittany, you need to be more consistent. You need to put yourself back to these episodes once a week. You committed to that, making sure that you connect with the person, that you're not rescheduling if it's not on you or if life doesn't happen.
Mm.
Just and then being around like-minded people, like me reaching out to you, and like I love you guys. Like, even though we weren't in the program that long, I'm like, let
Yeah.
me reach out to Cait because I know Cait will reach back out. And like you said, being in a community with like-minded people,
Mhm.
yeah, like all of us have these different feelings, and when you get in a community with different people and then you get to talking and you're like, wait a minute, you feel like that? Oh no, you feel like that too? Oh, okay, I'm not tripping. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
so
so true. Yeah, because then you feel like, oh, maybe I'm not so alone, even if that's how I feel internally. Like if somebody else is feeling that way too, it's
yes, like, and I love it. I love the fact that being in those type of communities and talking to different people, you learn so much about yourself. And like you said, pushing yourself past that feeling of not wanting to do it and go past the limits. It feels amazing. As far as you're using that with your purpose and what you're doing right now, can you tell me a little bit more? Have you done anything with the coaching? And if you haven't, that's okay. Can we what are you doing right now besides being in this community, this like-minded community through yoga that
yeah.
helps you with those silent battles?
Yeah, actually, I like that you bring that up because I didn't really consciously connect it. But yeah, with my mission, it's like the more I resonate with you what you're saying. It's like hard to keep showing up. It's hard to be consistent with it, especially when we have our own feelings and our own emotions and life is still happening around you. It's still hard to show up.
Mhm.
But for me lately, it's been like connecting to my why of why I'm doing it. And it's like, honestly, it's just to show up for people who are feeling this way, or like showing up for the versions of me that were in those past places that aren't anymore. And it's like, okay, how can I share what I've been through and that wisdom with other people? And that in turn just like makes it all worth it. Like that's why I keep showing up. So for me, yeah, still growing like the coaching. I've been really embodying that I am a coach and showing up that way, like my spiritual life coach. I've been telling people that. I walk around in the world like that. So connecting with people there on that level, like I still want to grow that. As far as like, I relate with you, the podcast too, because I've been really growing my Instagram side of it and just trying to share like my message there and whatever intuitively wants to come through. And same with you. I know that I need to do it like on a daily basis. And sometimes it's hard because I'm like,
Right.
I'm in a flow, you know,
Right.
and you don't know, you're not always in your flow.
Mhm.
So, but like, again, like I said, just connecting back, I think, to like that why and like, who am I showing up for? Like you're showing up for yourself, but also everyone else who needs help, like needs somebody to like have that as an example. So that's what keeps pulling me back, you know. And
I love it. I love it, Cait. I'm so proud of you because I feel like that when I'm talking to you. I feel like you are walking in your purpose, whether you don't know exactly how the skill set of it is going to fall and how you're going to keep going and using that momentum. I'm the same way, but I feel it as I'm talking to you, like that intuitive coach. Like I hear that. So
I love that. Yeah, I think for both of us, like especially when we met, that we were still like in this little bit of resistance phase, you know.
yeah.
We knew the direction, but we weren't really like on it. So I mean, like same for you. It is. It's you're right. It's like the energy and how you're showing up, and that's what it comes back to. Yeah.
I love it. No, I love it. And see, that's why I was like, we can quickly get on here, encourage some people, let them know that it's okay. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Take it one day at a time. I think sometimes because of the world we live in and with social media, it's like everything is coming at us at one time. You know, and it's always like, okay, what do I focus on? I still have to pay these bills. Like
Bills, damn bills.
yeah, like that's not going anywhere. Like, let's be real. Like, I know the fantasy world is let's get on here and live your dream and da 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 da. And that is what we want to do, but it's like, okay, I still have to figure out how to do that and use what I have now as a vehicle to get to where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I definitely love that. But if it's something that you could tell like the younger generation, younger Cait, when she was young and she
Yeah.
didn't know any better, what is something that you would tell her now as she's learning to fight those silent battles?
It's kind of like contradicting, I would say, because it sounds like almost to like lean in to the fact that you want to hold on to just yourself and you feel like there's nobody else. Because one of the coolest things that I heard, it was from a teacher long ago. It was, you are the only person you're going to have from cradle, like through undying life. Like you are your only companion who will literally be with you from the moment you're born until the moment you die. And so if you can like hold on to that and just know that maybe you're feeling like you're shutting down from the world, but maybe you're just building. Maybe you're just building that connection with yourself and letting that be really intimate. And you're going to take that with you for the rest of your life from there. And like just knowing that at some point you are going to feel better. Like you are going to be able to then go out into the rest of the world, like with that sense, like that core that you have within you, and you're never going to lose it. Like no one's going to be able to take that away from you. But maybe you're just cultivating that right now. Right. And so I think like just knowing that, holding on to that, and then like the journey keeps going, like it keeps on going. And for me, it's always like got expanded and transformed. And I don't think I would take back like any of the experiences that I've had, or like the mental health concerns that I've like gone through, or the struggles, or the silent battles, because they literally are like the fuel to your fire one day. Like we're literally just talking, like, what's your why? Well, that is my why. So like one day, like the shit that you're going through now, and like you might feel like you're in hell, especially if you're younger and just experiencing it, like one day that's going to be your purpose. Like one day that is going to be your why. Like lean into that now, and like it's okay to feel that way, but also one day like that's going to be everything that flourishes for you if you let it be. So,
and she drops the mic. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, I cannot wait to go back and listen to this because thank you, Cait. Like, I just needed this. I needed to hear this today.
yeah.
Like, I was actually excited to talk to you, just to see you. I'm like, one day I'm going to see Cait in person. I promise. Like, we're going to meet. It's going to happen. Like, we're always connected. I know how to find you on social media. I know how to go to different sites to find you.
Multiple sites.
Multiple sites. But yes, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. I didn't want to take up much of your time. I just wanted to let the audience know that since we're going into the holiday season, don't give up. Keep going, guys. Listen to Cait. Cait, let them know where they can actually find you at on social media if they would love to follow you. Please let us know.
Yeah, for sure. The best place to find me is at the Gypsy June. That's on Instagram. So that's my place. That's my baby. You'll find your life there. So
yes, guys, go find Cait. Go like Cait. Go listen to Cait. Cait is amazing. I do want to thank you. And before we get off, I do want to ask you some random questions because I just like to be fun.
Yeah.
It's only 2 questions. So if you could have done something for Halloween this year, what would you have done?
Ooh, that's a good question. Since I just moved to Florida, I heard so many good rave reviews of, I think it's like Universal or something up in Orlando. They do like this huge Halloween event type of like a haunted experience. I don't know. Apparently it's the coolest thing. I didn't do it.
It's okay, you can do it next year.
But yeah, I'm gonna put it on the books for next year. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, that sounds awesome. Okay. And then since the holidays are coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas, what would be your drink of choice? Would it be an eggnog, a beer, or a shot of tequila?
Or a shot of tequila. Shots and I aren't friends, so I'm gonna go. Ooh, I don't even know. I go with an eggnog, but just like one for the season.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drink the eggnog with you just because I'm like, when I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas time.
Yeah. It's like a holiday in a cup.
But thank you again so much. We are signing out, guys, with episode number 67, Truth Be Told podcast, Silent Battles with Cait. I'm your host, Britt. You guys have a great afternoon. Bye, Cait.
Love you.
Love you too. This was